Paul with RackAttack.com. Here to show you the Thule SUP Taxi XT. So on the vehicle behind me, we have a roof rack pre-installed. This is the Thule Evo clamp roof rack with the Wing Bar Evo load bars. And we also have the SUP Taxi attached. So what we'll do is take off one of these carriers and then show you some of the key details up close. And then later on in the video, actually load up a stand-up paddleboard and show you exactly how this holds a paddleboard. So for starters, one of the key features to this design is its security. So you have a nylon strap with a braided steel cable that runs down the middle. And also you have these anti-scuff to protect the boat from that metal cable that's inside. At the end, you have a locking cam buckle. So to remove the strap, you would have to unlock it and press this button to allow this to release. So the design with the button released will not allow any additional strap to release, although it will allow strap to be further tightened if needed. But otherwise, you lift that up and then pull out the strap, and then you can remove the strap. Also, it's fully adjustable, so the cradles have very pliable rubber, but then there's a button that allows you to adjust the range. So the range, as noted here in the manual, can go anywhere from the widest paddleboard, which is up to 34 inches, down to 28 inches. Okay, so additional security would include the locking hardware that connects it to the bar. This is Thule SpeedLink mounting hardware. This is a rubberized stainless steel band. So it's not just plastic or rubber, it's actually got stainless steel embedded underneath the rubber. And then that engages to the backside of this mounting hardware. And then this is part of Thule's same key system. So when you lock this turn knob, it would prevent the release of the strap from the back end. And we'll demonstrate that on the vehicle in just a moment. So let's go ahead and take this back over to the vehicle and load it up and tighten it on, and then we'll load a paddleboard on top. So when you're loading these onto the vehicle, you want to extend it to the maximum extension that you would use it, and then you don't want this to extend out past the end of the bar. So in this case, we'll just go with the maximum distance and make sure it does not extend past the end of the bar. We'll bring this strap to the back side and just hook it in. And then we'll just simply, tools free, turn the knob to pull out that slack. Get a good firm grip on the bar. And then when you finish, you want to finish off with the raised area aligned, the gray and the black raised area aligned. And that will allow the locking of this saddle into place. So I've got it turned. Now here I'm having difficulties pulling out the key, but it's all you have to do is get this turn knob to allow it to release. And once that happens, I can't turn this knob to allow this strap to be loosened at that point. So let me hop to the other side and tighten that up. So in general, these racks are positioned for passenger side access. The purpose for that is so that you can access it curbside rather than out in the street. However, it can be set up driver's side if you prefer. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and remove the front strap. Now, when you're ready to load a paddleboard into place, you want to start with these straps on the opposite side of the vehicle, as you see there. And I'm going to go ahead and grab a board and set it up on the carrier. So when transporting a board, it would go top down and fin forward. So this is a fairly wide board, but we can go ahead and bring in this cradle to match better to the curvature of your paddleboard. And that'll give it better grip and support. Also, you'll notice where I placed it there's a handle, which is the center of balance of the board. And so just like when you're carrying it, that's the balance point. It's also best to have that centered over the two carriers. Okay, so next what we've done is I've situated one of the anti-scuff guards right on the rail here on the opposite side, and then the second one on this side, and then I'll begin to insert the end of the strap through the cam buckle. It's important to push this gray knob in as far as you can to get it to go through smoothly. And if you have any difficulties, just make sure the end of the strap is flattened out. Okay, so push that through. Now at this point, you don't have to press the button. You can give it a firm pull, and then any excess strap just slides right in this housing, so it's not going to flap in the wind. Okay, and then same thing on the back side. Just run that strap down through that cam buckle, pull out your slack with a firm tug, and then insert any excess. Okay, and lastly, we just want to go ahead and lock everything up. So we have that knob, that's locked, so now this can no longer be released. Locked on the back, no longer can be released. And then we have these turn knobs locked as well. Okay, so lastly, Thule includes a safety strap that's used to anchor the front of the board down to the front bumper. So I've followed the instructions for the proper type of knot to be used. I'll go ahead and hook this into the underside of the bumper. And then the rest of the strap comes up, and there's an anchor point. In this case, I've used, because I have a very tight anchor point, I've used an extension here. And then you fasten a second knot here, and this is your safety that's always recommended for high wind conditions and just general purpose. Okay, so those are all the key features of the Thule SUP Taxi XT. This product, along with a full line of Thule products, are available at rackattack.com. Please see the link in our video description for complete details, our pricing, and our promotions, and thanks for watching.